Hello and welcome back, or welcome to Midlife Marriage Mastery if you are new to this podcast. I'm so glad you're here. I have titled this podcast Midlife Marriage Mastery because I believe we can master certain things and skills in order to improve or enhance our relationships. One of those things is awareness. And in today's episode, I want to ask you if you are in a phase in your midlife marriage, or are you at a turning point where nothing is really wrong, but something feels different? You're not unhappy, but you're not feeling fulfilled either. You're quietly questioning your life in midlife. You're not alone, and this isn't about crisis. It's about awareness. Midlife changes how marriage feels, and this moment matters. Why? Because it can be a turning point rather than a phase. The difference is that a turning point is an opportunity to consciously change things in a direction you want to go. A phase is a limited amount of time in which you find yourself, but may not have any significant awareness or ideas of what to do. So you end up going from phase to phase and let life lead you instead of the other way around. Let's bring our focus to the awareness of how you're feeling now. And let's get to the bottom of this quiet questioning, which, by the way, is very normal. Why does midlife bring so many changes in marriage? Well, midlife transitions stack up. While everything else is going on, this is the time that we typically start to ask who we really are. We are trying to find our true identity after years of caretaking and serving everyone else. We may be on the precipice of empty nesting, often a terrifying and lonely place to be. What will we do without our kids needing us? We have raging hormones, aging parents, and we're thinking about retirement, but maybe haven't planned for it. Let's face it, you've changed. You've grown in many ways, and yet maybe you've stagnated. Again, midlife isn't a crisis, it's a shift in consciousness. So feeling different does not equal failing. Having an awareness does not equal dissatisfaction. And growth doesn't mean that something is wrong. Now, you may have some emotional distance without drama. In other words, you're not having big fights in your marriage. There's no betrayal. But you may be living parallel lives. You may be living parallel lives. And oftentimes couples conversations become logistical versus intimate and fun. There's less curiosity and quite possibly less energy. And so emotional distance whispers, and you're finding yourself in that midlife phase or the turning point. And here's what many women say: we're fine. We're just not connected. I shouldn't complain. Other marriages are worse. Lots of couples don't have sex at this age. And by the way, that might be true, but it doesn't have to be true for you. That's just a thought I wanted to squeeze in there. Anyway, this is called minimizing your feelings. And there is a danger of minimizing your thoughts and feelings. And here are some of the ways we do that. We use gratitude to suppress truth. I'm so lucky. I shouldn't complain. It could be worse. As you explain away your discomfort, you also stay quiet to keep the peace. Okay, so let's stay focused on our point of awareness now. What is happening inside you right now? Gratitude that silences truth becomes self-abandonment. The consequences of this over time can be a numbness, which is almost no feeling at all, resentment, which is really damaging, emotional withdrawal, which is also really damaging, and losing yourself inside the marriage, which means you don't have full autonomy and a sense of self on your own. So here's the thing: discomfort is information, and information is power. And bringing it to your awareness helps you get to the bottom of what's missing for you. There's usually something missing in midlife. This is your opportunity to discover what that is. Did you know that you can have a stellar marriage? One that makes you light up when you see your spouse? It's totally possible. Okay, so are we in a phase or at a turning point? A phase is waited out. A turning point is chosen. It's a decision. And awareness is the invitation. So let's reframe the real question. The question is not, do I stay or do I leave? If that thought has crossed your mind, I call it the divorce thought. Or could it be better with someone else thought? But instead, ask yourself, do I stay the same or do I grow? Who am I becoming now? This is important and it's tied to your identity. This moment is asking for participation, not avoidance. Here are some reflection questions to help you focus on the awareness of this time in your life. What feels different right now? What have I been minimizing? What part of me is emerging? And just so you know, you don't need answers yet. You don't need to decide anything right now. You just need honesty and clarity. And one way to figure out where things are right now in your marriage is to take my midlife marriage check-in assessment, available on my website at lisanellercoaching.com, and will, of course, be in the show notes. The check-in is simple, it's private, it's reflective, and it helps you have insight before taking any action and clarity without any pressure. And it doesn't take long. It's a quick assessment with a few important questions. Once you take the assessment, the midlife marriage check-in, start asking yourself, what's possible? This may be the beginning of something more honest and real. Just to recap, you are noticing if you are in a phase or at a turning point. This is awareness. You're not in a crisis. You're just quietly questioning. Midlife changes how marriage feels, and there is a lot going on at this time of life. It's so normal. We don't want to minimize our thoughts and feelings if they're suggesting something that needs our attention. I believe our marriage always needs our attention. So let's just slow down, listen to our inner wisdom, look at things as you see them now, and decide how you would like to participate in this next chapter. Go ahead and get the midlife marriage check-in at lisanellercoaching.com. Until next time, I send my love and encouragement for mastering your inner life and the skills that will bring more joy, peace, and happiness to your midlife marriage.